Hi guys, so today I wanted to show some ways you can upcycle t-shirts. First, that is a produce bag that I use for grocery shopping. Over there is a bag of sweatshirts or t-shirts that I did not want to get rid of due to college or things that I was involved in that I just was not ready to separate from, so I'm going to make a quilt or a pillow. Right here, we are making a mat. I thought that that would be important with what is going on right now. And so I am cutting the bottom seam of the t-shirt. And you want to make sure that your shirt is 100% cotton because that is what the pattern calls for. And also make sure to have sharp scissors because my scissors were not as sharp as I would have liked them to be, and it ended up being a little bit harder than I would have liked. And so once you cut the bottom seam off, you are going to cut the top of the shirt off, including Next, you're going to cut the shirt in half. And so you'll take the scissors and you'll cut the shirt in the middle in half all the way through. And if you're like me, you'll get tired of cutting, especially if the scissors are not being your friend, and you'll just rip it in half. And 100% cotton is pretty easy to rip. So yeah, as you see, I just ripped it, and hey, that works, right? So next you flip it or onto whichever side you want to be the outside and which side you want to be the inside. So the graphic side I wanted to be the inside, and the side that faced my face, and the cream side to face the outside. So next, you're going to take rubber band and you can also use hair ties. I used one for the video because I did not have two rubber bands at the time. And so you're going to take them and tie them on each side of the shirt, as you see. And once that's done, you will eventually have to figure out where on your face it fits, because right now you're just kind of trying to make it work, but you'll want to eventually figure out, hold it up to your face to figure out, how far down you need to cut, because now you're going to cut in the middle of where you put the rubber band, so that you can make the two sides of where you're going to have the ties, so that then it's on your ear smaller. And so as of right now, I am cutting the middle part, and so I ripped some more because this was kind of my first one, so I did not do as good of a job as I think I could have, but I was doing my best. And so that is, you basically have to cut a piece in the middle in order for you to have those little mini ties that you see people having that go on their ears, and that will be how you'll eventually have the full mat. But by the time you actually once that's all finished, you want to figure out where on your face, make sure that it fits your face the way you want it to figure out whether you need to cut any more, because I ended up needing to cut some more. But you also want to check, and you probably will have to flip the ties when you actually put it on your face, because that was one thing they commented on in the video, is that you usually have to flip the ties so that then it's tight on your face the way it's supposed to be, in order to keep germs and stuff out. So see, mine does not look very professional or good. It turns out a lot better when I made more practice to it later. Hey guys, so now that you have seen the mask, we are going to make a dog toy, which I feel like is awesome, but I also love dogs. But there are plenty of ways and patterns to make cat toys too. So if you were a cat person, definitely check out Pinterest, check out other areas for how to make cat toys. I'm sure you could even go on like Earth Hero and look for like, recycled like cat toys. Um, but I love dogs. Dogs are like what I've grown up with, so that is why I chose to do a dog toy. So I am using the leftover shirt from the mask I made, and basically you were just taking 3 pieces of the shirt, and we will do an overhead knot for the top, and then we will tie the 3 pieces together, and when we're ready, we will end the rope by tying it at the end with another overhead knot. Now, personally, my rope did not get as big as I would have liked it, so I chose to do another one and try to figure out if I could tie them together. So I ended up trying to do another one and then trying to tie it together, which I don't know if that's like trying to go above and beyond or just being kind of nuts. I don't know. Like, you tell me in the comments, like, what do you think about, like, what I tried to do? Because it definitely was not one of the options for the patterns I thought, like, you could try. I just was kind of like, oh, let me throw something together. So, I hope you like these ideas. I know that, like, there are some gaps with in between, like, me talking and everything because of I was really trying to focus on just, like, telling you how to do each thing. So hopefully you like this. I just really felt like, I personally am getting rid of a lot of t-shirts and really trying to teach myself to, like, not buy into, like, always getting shirts with, like, graphic designs on them and stuff. And only, like, if I want to buy a t-shirt, like, making sure I support the brand I'm buying and making sure it still has, like, some sort of ethical, like, whether it's 100% cotton or whether they, like, support some sort of, brand that I want them to support, making sure, like, they have some sort of values that I want them to have before I just collect all these t-shirts, because I have found that I have way too many t-shirts, so I am trying to, like, teach myself not to do that anymore. But I felt like, I wanted to, because I have so many t-shirts, I also realized that I have t-shirts that I have attachment to, and so I didn't know whether, it would be a good idea to maybe show some ways you could upcycle t-shirts. I personally, like, the grocery bag one is probably one of my favorite ones to do, just for the sake that, like, that particular shirt was one that I just, like, felt like wasn't really one you could just wear out in public, but I was not going to get rid of it either because I just loved it so much. And if the people who know about that shirt are watching this, then I love you guys, but I chose to make it into a bag because then I could continue to have it and use it. So I really love the bag idea, but I also, like, I have a lot of shirts from college that I just didn't want to get rid of, and so I went ahead and, like, I am going to make a quilt and a pillow too. So I just felt like these were, like, important things to, like, just mention and, like, think about, like, you don't necessarily have to, like, be like, oh, let's get rid of everything. We can still, like, reuse or upcycle things, but also, even if, like, we don't necessarily want anything anymore and we don't even want to upcycle it, donate it. Like, I have a lot of t-shirts that I'm just gonna donate. I mean, and that's awesome because then someone else gets to love it and use it who, like, may not have the money to buy shirts or, things from a place that, like, the shirt would probably be way more expensive because that's how fast fashion works. So, I hope this video was helpful, and I am sorry about the gaps, but it was just, like, really hard to make sure that I didn't have a lot of gaps in here with the fact that I'm, like, trying to show you how to make these while also, like, talking. So, I really hope you enjoyed this, and so make sure to comment what your favorite idea was that I showed, and make sure to subscribe if you like this video or give me a like, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.